Hey everyone, welcome to another video by popular demand. It is how to AO bake something in Blender. So to get started here, I already have my part imported. I'm going to be doing this exhaust. And it has no texture, no UV map, nothing. Doesn't have anything. And first to start with the setup, I'm going to come here to the first render tab. Also make sure you have this second window open, it's the image editor. It'll come in when we're actually baking the part. You want to scroll down here in this tab to bake, set it to ambient occlusion, and I have it set on normalized and clear is the only thing I have checked. Selected the active, I turn that off, and my margin is at 3. And that's all you need to change. All of this, you can leave at whatever it is. Come here to world, and I already have ambient occlusion turned on. I don't know if you need that. You can turn it on if you want. Under gather, I also have it set on ray trace and the distance at 5. And that's all you really need for the setup and my settings. Now for the exhaust itself, you're going to want to have a UV map. So you want to come over to this little triangle data tab. And under UV maps, I'm just going to create one if it doesn't have one. I'm going to name it UV underscore 0. And I'm going to create a new material. And this does have two, so I'm just going to create both of them. Yours will probably have one, or not even one. So just create a material. Uh, After that's set, you want to go into edit mode. So you want to be selected on the object. This isn't UV unmapped or unwrapped at all, so I'm going to hit U. I'm going to hit Smart UV, and I'm just going to turn both of these on. You can do whatever you want with them. My angle limit is 50, and my island margin is 0.01. I'm going to hit OK. And now you can hit New. My width and height is 2048. And you can hit Bake. Alright, so now that that's done, you want to come down here to Image, and you want to save as image, and I'm going to save it as a TGA or a Targa. I'm going to come to wherever I'm going to save the image to. In this case, I'm going to go to the international, I'm going to go to textures, and I'm just going to save it as tutorial.tga. You can name it whatever you want, and I'm going to save it. I'm going to come over here to material. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to set the SCS material. You can set it to wherever you want. Now, I found that if I don't want any shine or no added shine, I would use diff spec. If I want some shine, use the diff spec add m, whatever one you want. And you can, I usually have shadow turned on. And under texture, under base, just make sure you set it to whatever texture you're doing. In this case, I'm doing this tutorial one. And now, if you don't see this little back arrow, that means you don't have a TOBJ. So you want to create one, so there should be a little plus icon. And then after you create one, you want to come back into it and actually select that, the one that doesn't have the picture. And make sure your mapping set that UV. And you can turn, oh, say I actually did the wrong one because I'm doing two materials. So I'm gonna change this back to diff spec. And I'm gonna turn this down. I want this like a gray. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna up the shininess. See, as you can see, if the shininess, you would think that just the shine would go down. It actually changed the entire color of the thing. So the specular, I'm also going to change it a little bit down. All these settings you can mess with. I don't mess with the bottom two that add ambient and reflection. I'm going to hit shadow again because I messed up the first time. And because I have two textures in the same thing, I'm actually going to copy this space. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do the same process. Mapping. And look at that. Now we got our exhaust baked.